Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and this is episode 5 of our FIFA 13 Be a Pro Series journey to the Champions League, and this is our schedule. First off we have an away match against Carlisle, then we have Stevenage, and then we have Yeovil Town. In the table we are in 8th place with 34 points, 1 point behind Oldham Athletic and 2 points behind Leyton Orient in that playoff place. So having a look at my stats in the League 1 and all competitions, I've played 15 matches, scored 5 goals and got 5 assists, and these are also my stats for my play. I have gone up by 4 overall levels to level 71, and unfortunately I am only looking at my physical attribute stats. I actually forgot to have a look at the others, so I do apologise for that, but you did get to have a look at those anyway. So our first match is against Carlisle. And Carlisle, I don't really know an awful lot about them other than the fact that I do like pronouncing that name, Carlisle. It just sounds pretty cool. On the attack though, and I don't know what's going on my header, I actually just run in there for it. Defence not too great, and actually the header just goes wide, and this is just a hunt for the ball. Look at me running around, making those tackles, and every time I do make them, I don't get the ball back, and unfortunately it goes out of play. And this I just had to add in because it is so frustrating, and it happened last episode as well. The centre-backs pass it to one another, and then they give the ball away. I do not understand it, but luckily enough that didn't actually turn out to be much of a problem. And yet again I'm on the attack. He had to speed up a bit there, and yet again defending is just so bad, and I managed to pick up the ball and put it in the back of the net. Really good persistence there, I guess. There wasn't much technical ability about it. I just kept on running, and the defender just kept on hitting it in the air. I didn't really do too much for that. I do receive the ball here though, and I play it over the top to Smith. He takes a good touch and then just volleys it in the back of the net. So 1 goal and 1 assist just before half time. Pretty good start so far to the episode, I should think. It's a really good through ball, and then a very clinical finish by Smith there. And of course I am just keeping the ball ticking over in that midfield role. As you can see, my stamina is as always very, very low, so I am trying to keep track of that, but naturally as the match progresses it will gradually decrease, and so I am trying to keep it as long as it's going as possible. That was a very nice move by Carlisle, very nice through ball, and then a pretty composed volley. Sadly it was pretty tame in the end and straight at the keeper, but we're on the attack ourselves and we do make it 3-0 through Smith, and I am going to claim the assist for that. All I really did was sort of tap it into his path, but it is an assist nonetheless. And unfortunately, as you can see, I have picked up an injury, and I didn't really do that much at all. I was literally just, passing and shooting, and I have picked up an injury, but I am slightly involved here. I do have a very nice dribble. Well, the player just sort of went past me and it counted as a dribble, and sadly I am subbed off here, and of course it would not be a typical performance with the AI unless I conceded. So of course here we go here, the AI I'm trying to defend quite well, and this is a perfectly manageable situation until the ball just goes straight to him and they manage to pick up a consolation. I do not know how that happened. It just sort of the header, and then suddenly he's through and goal 1v1 with the keeper, but luckily enough it was already the 90th minute. So 3-1 victory there, 3 points in the bag and a very high match rating there, 9.6, got 2 key passes, 2 assists and also a goal for myself. I also got 2 successful dribbles, but unfortunately I am out for 3 weeks with an injury, and these hamstrings are getting very, very frustrating. I'm really not sprinting around that much at all, and yet my stamina just drops so low. I don't have any stamina, and so I do get injured quite frequently, and as you can see my league objectives have been changed because of that injury, although luckily enough I have actually already created 8+ goals, so it's not all too bad, but I've actually had to sim ahead quite a few matches. First off, we did manage to beat Stevenage 3-1, so 3 points there. Then we drew against Yeovil Town 1-1, so not a great result, especially us being at home. Then we lost 2-1 to Doncaster, also at home, so results are sort of dragging a bit now, not on a very good run of form. Obviously the team is missing me as I'm a pretty important player already, even at the age of 18, I'm not really too sure. And then we drew 0-0, and this one really hurt. The fact that we had an FA Cup match and I wasn't involved. We took the lead very early on with the penalty 3 minutes in, and then unfortunately Burnley turned it around and managed to make it 2-1 full time, and we are now out of the FA Cup. So after those matches in the table, we are in, let's have a look, I've actually lost myself, we're actually in 7th, which is surprisingly higher than I was expecting, but you know, we are still 2 points off Notts County in the playoff places, but it's still not great. We could have been much higher up had we actually picked up points there. But shock here, we actually have, well, I haven't received, Hartlepool have accepted and received and accepted rather, in that order, an offer from Fulham to bring me to their club on a permanent transfer. I'm just going to stall it a little bit because I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to be involved in it, to give me your opinion whether or not I should actually move to Fulham or not, considering that match opportunities are going to be quite hard to come by. And also thinking about it, their squad is already very strong, and I do kind of want to continue with Hartlepool. The fact they are playing for that playoff place is quite interesting. Of course, teams like Blackburn Rovers, West Brom and Everton are interested in me, so there are other offers potentially, but having a look at my stats anyway, just in case I do leave the club, in 16 appearances I scored 6 times and got 7 assists, so pretty respectable. Maybe I could have got a bit more, but for an 18-year-old coming into a pretty tough league essentially for an 18-year-old, that's some pretty good stats. And also in 16 appearances I have won 10 of them, drawn 3 and lost 3, so pretty good. So yeah guys, the question is all up to you. Should I join Fulham or should I leave it and stall for a bit longer, see what other offers come in, or reject it and stay with Hartlepool? If you guys could leave a comment, and that'd be really appreciated to see what you guys think, and also leave a like if you enjoyed the episode. So thank you very much for watching.